right, that's ready. Okay, so I said I wasn't going to do anything today, and I'm not, because I'm doing this yesterday, because I just went to Costco. Let me tell you something. I'm sure I know the day before Thanksgiving, going anywhere associated with groceries is the worst thing in the world. But I'll tell you, if you feel bad, if you feel sad, if you feel upset at yourself, if you feel like you are the scum of the earth for whatever reason, be it in your own mind or because someone somewhere that has no idea who you are said so, go to Costco the day before Thanksgiving. So Tuesday. It is wall-to-wall people still, and the most horrible people exist there. Tomorrow it'll be worse, but it just seems like they're more mixed in with all of the good people that want to do good. You know what I mean? So the day, like the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, seems to be that sweet spot where there are more terrible people going through Costco than good. So if you really want to feel good about yourself and know that you're doing right and know that you feel like to make you feel like, and it'll be a little frustrating. It'll be a little frustrating because there are a lot of people there. There are a lot of people there, and you're going to have to deal with crowds. So if you're not good with crowds, maybe don't take this advice. But if you're fine with crowds and you want to see humanity at its peak low, go to Costco. No one waits for anyone. People will cut in front of you and then look back at you like you did something wrong. People will take stuff out of your cart. People will stand in the middle of the aisle, and if you've ever been to a Costco, you know that those carts are twice as big as normal carts. So they'll sit in the middle of the aisle, going like, with their fingers in their mouths like this, looking at things that they might or might not want while taking up the majority of the aisle, and you have to go around them somehow. And then maybe you'll be back and you'll see them back there doing this, and you'll see people having to navigate around them somehow, and then they won't pull anything out of the case. They'll just, and they'll just keep going. It's just a cavalcade of people that don't care. It's a cavalcade of privilege is what it is. Getting a Costco membership is privilege to start with, because you have to, it's a membership. So you have to meet certain criteria in order to get in there. So recognizing that is a good step. But wow, just the whole experience of the Tuesday before Thanksgiving is just absolutely insane. And I just feel like I had to come back and kind of share that a little bit because, oh my God. So I'm going to do the maca pot today. I've got 20 grams of the Guatemalan coffee. I'm going to see if that fills up our little coffee container here. It might not. It's always a crapshoot. It just seems really weird. And then I've got this all the way up to its finest setting. This is probably going to take 2 minutes to grind. So we'll see though. Okay, hang on. Okay, so about a minute, not too bad. Coffee's nice and it's well, God, this Guatemalan it smells so good. It's a really well roasted coffee, and it's a medium roast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we're gonna put it over here, and we're gonna use the edge of the cup, and we're gonna spread it, and we're gonna use the edge of the cup. Okay, so I could have gone a little bit more in there. It could have been just a little bit more, maybe another 4 or 5 grams of coffee, maybe could have gone in there. But that's okay. We're in good shape. Now what I need to do is I need to come over here. I need to grab my water that I had heating up because I'm going to do the little quicker method that James Hoffman does. It says it's an ultimate technique. It's just a technique. So I've heated this already to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to fill it up to the little reservoir here. You can see it's hot, and what that is doing is already superheating the aluminum. So I am not going to be able to touch this reservoir at all. So this is what we do. We put in that much because this will float and some might come out. Perfect. It's set right in there just fine. And like I said, this is going to be hot as all hell. So we're going to... I didn't put anything on the bottom. It's just using the natural filter, the filter that comes with it. I'm not putting any additional filters on the bottom because I said so. So we're going to get this on as tight as we can by hand. And then I'm going to use the towel to block the heat. I'm going to get a grip on it. And we're going to tighten it up as best we can. There we go. That's a nice tight seal. Put that down like that. The Bialetti Rainbow. And now, we put on the heat. I put it back here, don't I? We can put it back here. Put on the heat. There we go. And it shouldn't take very long. Like I said, this is already hot now because the water is in there and hot. There's a little spot right there, but I think that's just because I may have put just a titch too much water in there. So we're going to use this. We're going to use another bomb here. So just to make all of the coffee people angry. I wanted to do this anyway. And oh yeah, the residue for these bombs, it took a lot to clean it out. So still a little cloudy, but it'll be all right. Okay, so we're not going to mix this with anything except for the bomb that's in there now. I don't know if we're going to be able to film this properly or not, but we're going to give it a try. Put on some light here. There we go. I'll have my phone ready. We're going to let it go. We'll probably stir it just a little bit before we put it in the... I do wish this handle was a little further out because it is catching a lot of heat here. So I'll turn it down just a little bit. Something else, I mean, that's the whole thing with the Costco. If you want to feel better about yourself and can handle large crowds, and you know, it's just like, you're just loosey-goosey. You're just like, oh man, peace, man, it's okay. You can, I mean, you're gonna cut in front of me. I'm not gonna be angry. I'm not even gonna look at you. I'm just gonna be like, it's all right, man. Free love, dude. It's okay. And that's my entire stature, my entire feeling. Because after I got that coffee down and I went downstairs and edited yesterday's, I'm like, I just go to Costco. I need gas. Which I was able to sort out. I found my card, so I got my card. That was good. And then I updated my stuff on my phone, so if I somehow lose the card again or put it in a different pants pocket, it's all correct on the phone, so I can use the phone. So that crisis a bit averted. So I just decided I was just going to go to Costco, man. We need potatoes, and we needed broccoli florets, because they have these wonderful broccoli florets that are in a sealed microwavable bag, and it's a bunch of broccoli, and it's really nice actually. It tastes good. It's good broccoli that you just microwave and it steams itself in the bag. It turns a nice green. It's great. We put it in our potato soup sundae. Amazing. Absolutely wonderful. How are we doing here? We haven't gotten anything yet. I'll just leave that open until it starts to spit and sputter. So yeah, so on a wild whim, I saw Holiday Inn, which is Fred Astaire and Bing Crosby. There we go. To be quite frank, both of them being incredibly creepy, terrible 1940s men. Neither of them were in the right for anything, but somehow they both got the girl in the end. And it's just, oh, and then the writing is definitely man forward, because the woman that Fred Astaire initially stole in the storyline from Bing Crosby and left him for a millionaire in Texas in the middle of the film. So it's like, you know, it's just a misogynist's dream, really. And that's not the worst thing about it. And if you know, you know. Holiday Inn, a 1942 film starring Fred Astaire and Bing Crosby, is a blackface movie. So in the middle of it, one of the numbers that they do for Abraham Lincoln and the Emancipation in his birthday. I think it was Abraham Lincoln's birthday. They're in blackface. And the strangest thing, I think, about blackface in that movie is that it's blackface, and then in the middle of the blackface number, it gets worse. Because the woman that is his love interest / creeping on lady in the film comes out in this, oh my God, it is so heinous, her makeup. Bing Crosby's just got the blackface on, and I know just the blackface is bad enough, to be quite honest with you. But she comes out not only in blackface, but in white lips, and her hair is in these... I would love to show a picture of it, but I'm not going to show a picture of it. It's available on Amazon Prime if you want a deep dive into just the worst thing. It does not hold up. You may be surprised to hear that. It does not hold up. Oh my gosh. Holiday Inn. Definitely a holiday film you want to avoid. White Christmas, much better. Of course, it's much later too, because that's 1942, and I think White Christmas is in the 50s, maybe. So maybe a little bit more progressive, even though I don't remember if there are any black individuals in White Christmas. I know that there is at least one black individual in Holiday Inn, and she's the stereotype breaking women in film. In this one, I think she was Mammy, and she had 2 children who were with her. It's just a crazy film to look at through a 1995 lens, let alone a 2024 lens. You know what I mean? So, it's crazy. All right, so let us... Okay, so yes, this is going to be my second cup of coffee today, and yes, it's going to be a little bit more strong as opposed to the other one, but we may have to put a little bit of water in this in order to calm down the flavor. I don't even know if this balm is going to help. So I don't know. I just felt like, why not today? I got back, parked the car. I just felt nice. It was after the low that I had yesterday. Today, I just felt so nice after my cup of coffee. And to be quite honest, I've never felt that way before with a cup of coffee. So I thought, you know what? I will do this. We'll put it through the maca pot, like I said I was going to, and we'll just have a special one today. And then I won't have to worry about staining my teeth tomorrow prior to going to the dentist. So I don't know if this is going to taste good or not. I know it's going to be hot AF. We may take a second here, but yeah, it popped up. I was looking at Amazon stuff, and I was downstairs by myself, and I'm like, you know what? I've heard how just jaw-dropping today that this movie is, and I thought that I would watch it. And you know, it is terrible. That the whole blackface thing is awful. It is of its time, but and it's very vaudeville. But it's just, it's just crazy that even at that point, with the prominence of so many black figures and artists and musicians and theater people, that was still something that they were like, oh, and after the number, did you see the blackface number? Yeah, not all of it. Well, I thought it was a really good number, and then that's I think that's Bing Crosby's line. He's like, I thought it was a really good number, and then Fred Astaire, of course, is. I mean, that is bad. But then if you look at the entire relationship structure of everybody, it's like, how do we make something a love triangle while not putting any sex in it at all? You know, it's just one of those things where they were just, and it just comes off as nasty. Bing Crosby's character is just a weirdo who can sing. Even the songs kind of lend themselves to weird, lecherous kind of stuff. And then Fred Astaire was just a predator in that movie. And I don't know if he's like that in his other movies. I've not seen very many Fred Astaire movies. I mean, he dances perfectly, but in that movie, he was a predator because he just went from one girl to another. And the worst part about that was the women that he seemed to go for that, just, kind of shrugged when, it happened. Oh, that's just men, and back then I guess it was just men, or at least it was just men in movies. But oh boy. Yeah. Fred Astaire was a predator, and Bing Crosby was not much better, if better at all. He was the foil. He was the fall guy. He was the I'll never find love. But then there's so many things he does to try to, and you're sitting there while you're watching this, and you're like, you could have done this so much differently. She's obviously crazy about you the way you are. You don't have to do this stuff. I do like that the main woman in the relationship is incredibly intelligent. And, she doesn't just help sabotage, what's going on. She does a little bit of sabotage of her own. So she is a strong female character. But in the end, it's all, why are you still, it's gone past a means to an end now. That's kind of how it started. It started as a means to an end for her because she just wanted to get into show business. But it just went past that. And it's like, now you can do better. I don't know why you're settling for creepy guy, who basically just put you through hell, as much hell as a white person in show business could go through, which for women, if you've heard anything about any of the younger children that went through Hollywood around that time in the 30s and 40s, was a horror show as well. There are several stories about that and how terrible executives were to not just women, but to the little girls, the children that they were hiring for, pictures and whatnot. Lecherous, disgusting, predatory, worse than predatory, rapists, it's just terrible. So, yeah. So, and then that's just that movie is just full of, and the manager is just, the manager is the pinnacle of sleaze bucket. No thought towards anyone else's life, just leading people through awful, awful situations. So anyway, let's try this. It's cooled down enough, I think. If you, so if you want the coffee to come through with one of these bombs, I would say the maca pot's the way to go. It has taken the bitterness completely away. You still have the flavor profile of the coffee, but you've also got this wonderful flavor of chocolate and peppermint, because with the normal brew method of going through the Chemex, you lost all of the coffee and it basically became a caffeinated hot chocolate. With this, you still get a wonder. This is something, you wouldn't get this at Starbucks, but you would certainly get something like this at a local coffee shop if you're like, just, can I get some peppermint and chocolate in there if they have it available, or if it's one of those places that has a holiday selection or a seasonal selection. The one place I go, Crimson, has summer, fall, winter, spring selections of different flavors that just fall in place with the seasons. And I think they have a peppermint one as well. At least they normally do. I haven't been back for a while. I kind of miss the fall one, which is ridiculous, but I mean, I don't go to that mall anymore because I don't work there. So, but if you were like to go to one of those specialty coffee shops and they had something peppermint on the peppermint and chocolate on their menu, you would definitely get something like this where you get the wonderful coffee flavor still, and it's just right up there with the peppermint and the chocolate. That's really good. I mean, these were good before. That really makes this sing. It really does. Because, I mean, just as it stands, the preparation method through the maca pod is very bitter. For American palates. For probably a lot of people's palates, but American palates definitely. But this, I loved this. This is absolutely fantastic. Thank you for tuning in again. I'm sorry that I said I wasn't going to do one today, but I did it yesterday. So yesterday is today now. Tomorrow is today? Yeah. So now definitely have a happy Thanksgiving. Be thankful for something, even if it's just your feet not hurting today. You don't have to be thankful for people. You can be thankful for yourself. Don't be afraid to be a little bit. Selfish has become a terrible word, and it's not. Because some days, especially with people who give all every day to other people, being selfish is not a bad thing. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Have a great Thanksgiving, or at least a great day off, and we will talk to you next week. Bye.